Hi everybody, Master Adam Grogan here with the USBA WBA. We're in Wallingford, Connecticut for the annual Hall of Fame competition, and this is also the site of our 4th Black Belt Challenge. For those of you that know or don't know, we started the Black Belt Challenge earlier in 2017. It's a new concept, new idea, new challenge for breaking competitors, and this is now going to be our 4th event. We had one actually right here in Wallingford in June at our North American event that was a heavyweight only challenge. We had a challenge in New York at the Northeast Open. We had a challenge in Indiana at the North Central Regional Championships. And now we're going to get another lightweight competitor that's going to qualify for the Pro Series in 2018 right here, right now. And I have to tell you, I'm pretty excited because this has got to be the biggest and best lineup that we've ever had for the lightweights for the Black Belt Challenge. We have 5 competitors here today spanning from across the United States, all coming in to one place to compete against each other in breaks that they have no idea what they're going to be doing. Let's see who's competing today. First up, we have
Michael Thomas.
And where are you from, Mike?
Millerton, New York.
From New York, we have Mike.
Jonathan Field from Ontario, Canada.
And Jonathan, if you don't know, is one of our local directors for the USBA WBA, all the way from Canada.
James Spadola from St. Cloud, Florida.
Florida with James.
Tom Collins, Albany, New York.
And
Nicklaus Palmer from Crown Point, Indiana.
so we have Indiana, we have Florida, we have New York, we have Canada. We got people from all over for this lightweight black belt challenge. How are you guys feeling today?
Good.
Good, great. Excellent. So, I know right now, looking at this lineup, what's going to be kind of neat because some of you guys have competed in the Black Belt Challenge before, and this is your second time. Do you feel like that gives you any kind of an edge, Mike, over the other competitors being the first time?
I think maybe just a little more comfortable with the routine of things. You can't really plan for any of the challenges, but just knowing what to expect does, I think.
That makes sense. Now, Tom, you came in second by a hair at the Northeast Open. I mean, you lost by one piece of material. That was probably very frustrating for you. How do you feel going into today? How did you prepare differently to make sure that doesn't happen again?
I pretty much just did the same thing I did before, just try to make it better.
Excellent. Very good. So, James, this is the first time that you've been at a Black Belt Challenge. Have you been following it online? Have you been seeing what it's all about? And what made you think, I'm going to get on a plane to Connecticut, come here and do this today?
Staying hungry and training hard.
Excellent. Very good. And Jonathan, obviously you've been involved for a long time with our organization. You know all about it. You know about the inception of it. What made you decide to compete today?
I just wanted a different challenge. I've done so much in ranking. I just wanted something different to do.
Excellent. And I think, Nick, you told me that the first time you saw this was at the North Central one that we did in Indiana. When you saw that, were you like, wow, this is for me?
Yeah, I looked at it and I saw some of the breaks they were doing, and it just looked like a bunch of fun. So here I am, and I'm ready to break.
Awesome. So good luck to everybody. Let's pick some cards. Let's find out what you're breaking today, and let's have some fun. First up, they draw cards to decide who gets to pick the competition event.
All right, so high card is going to pick the upper. Second highest card is going to pick the second division. All right, so ace is high. Boom, that's first. And king, you're picking the second. All right, so you're going to pick one of the uppers. You can put those there.
So who had the card?
Mike Thomas.
Mike Thomas gets the card. He gets the high card. He gets to pick the category competition event. And he picks power wood arm double deep. Power wood arm double deep.
That's number one. So, being as that's wood, we're going to take out the wood.
All the wood cards go away.
Now we're going to do this. Special combo or lower concrete.
Tom gets to pick the second card. He goes with concrete stomp into double power wood hand.
Concrete stomp and a double power.
This is a familiar event. We saw this with the heavyweights earlier this year.
I do. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to pick another card, and then we're going to choose the order.
Now they're going to draw cards to decide the order that they're going to compete in.
So highest card is going to pick the order of the upper, and the second highest card is going to pick the order of the lower. All right? Okay, good. All right, ace. Ace, you pick the order of the upper. Do we have a pen, Keith?
Tom gets to pick the order of the upper breaks because he had the ace.
All right, wait, one.
Master Fields, Mr. Palmer.
Mr. Field. Mr. Palmer, yep.
Mr. Spadola.
So,
Mr. Thomas. And then I.
really, you want to go left? That's weird. All right, who had the king?
I had a king.
You had the king, wow.
So both Mike and Tom drew the high cards both times. They're both lucky. They got to choose the events and the order.
I think that happened at the Northeast Open too, right?
Pretty close.
All right, what do you got?
Go Nick, John, James.
Nick, John, Mr. Field, James.
Yep. Tom and myself.
You want to go last too? That's weird.
Okay, so I'm talking now with Nick, who came all the way here from Indiana. How was your trip?
I actually came right after a pretty big test for a computer science class, so it's been a pretty busy trip so far. Not a long flight, but long enough.
Nice. So what did you do to prepare for this challenge, Nick?
So I honestly came into the Black Belt Challenge completely unaware of what's going on. I just knew the two things they did at the Michigan City tournament, and I knew that it looked interesting, so I thought I'd come in here and see how I could do, just going in blind.
Sounds good. Now, for any of our watchers that might not know, Nick actually held and or holds the records for power wood elbow. Is that correct?
Yep. Yes.
And is it you had the lightweight? Do you still have the lightweight?
Right now I'm tied for, I believe, 17 in the lightweight, and then I had at the Ontario Open, I believe 20, which would be the heavyweight as well.
So Nick holds both the lightweight and the heavyweight records for power wood elbow, both divisions. That's pretty awesome. How do you feel about the cards you picked today in the breaks you have to do, Nick?
Well, I picked right in the middle, a jack each time, so unfortunately I wasn't able to have much of a say in the events, but these look interesting. I've never done either of them before. A little interesting seeing the double deep. I was hoping I might be able to get away with using my power elbow, but it seems like it's not going to reach far enough. So, I don't know. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, like I said. So, just going to go with it, see how I do.
Sounds good. Good luck to you, Nick.
Thank you very much.
I'm joined now by James. James came all the way here from Florida. First time in Connecticut for a breaking tournament. Now, ever been out this Northeast before?
No, I haven't.
Awesome. So, how do you feel about the events that you got picked with, James?
I'm very happy, very excited.
Do you feel confident with them? Are they things that are in your comfort zone, things that you've never done before, things that you've dabbled with? Like when those cards got picked, were you like, I got this? Or you're like, I'll figure this out? Or
I said to myself, I'll definitely figure this out, and I'm very confident and very happy to be competing here today.
Excellent. Best of luck to you, James.
Thank you.
Okay, joined now by Mike Thomas from New York. Second Black Belt Challenge. Did really good in New York the last time, Just wasn't quite enough to take it, but, you were definitely up there with it. How do you feel about the cards you picked today?
There's still a couple new events that I haven't really done a lot of work on, but I'm pretty confident in them. They're relatively simple techniques. It's just a matter of getting over top of them and going all the way through.
Awesome, awesome. You did pretty lucky today. I mean, not only did you get to pick one of the cards for the competition, you also picked one of the high cards that allowed you to choose the order. So you have the final seed in one of these events, which is a huge advantage in any breaking competition, is being able to go last. Does that give you a little bit more confidence?
I think it does. I can see what numbers were put up and then use that as motivation to put up some bigger numbers.
Sounds good. Best of luck to you, Mike.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I'm joined now by our regional director up from Canada, Jonathan Field. Jonathan, how was your trip down?
It was pretty good, nice and smooth.
Excellent, excellent. So, I mean, you're no newbie to competition. You're a veteran breaker. You came in here. You have a lot of creative skill. Anybody that's ever seen your creative breaking knows that you have a big diversity. So I really think that while there's no key to the Black Belt Challenge, somebody that is a good creative breaker might have a little edge because any one of these weird things we throw out at you might be something you're familiar with. So how do you feel about the cards that you picked in these breaks? Are they familiar? Are they not?
Some of them are familiar, some of them are brand new, but I think being a creative breaker, we're used to doing weird stuff and being able to go from one break to another really quick, so we might have a slight advantage, but we'll see.
Excellent, excellent. How do you feel about your seating and your placement? Do you think that's a big deal, or it doesn't play into it, or how do you feel about that?
I'm going first and second. It could play a factor, because later on you can play with the numbers, but I might set the bar, you never know.
Sounds good. Best of luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Joined now by Tom Collins. Tom Collins is actually one of our local officials for the Northeast Regional Circuit in the USBA. It's Tom's second black belt challenge. Tom did awesome in the first black belt challenge. How did you feel about the first one?
I felt good. I felt all my breaks went well. It was just game of numbers at the end and didn't turn out in my favor, but that's what happens when you compete.
Now, Tom, you were really lucky, I feel, in the first black belt challenge. Knowing some of your skill sets, you picked cards that were definitely in your comfort zone in the first challenge.
Yes.
So how do you feel about these events that you picked today?
They're different. I didn't really practice the double deep one as much as I probably should have. And the stomp I feel confident with, and the double hammer I practiced a little bit. So a little bit of strength, a little bit of weakness. So we'll see what happens.
Now, in terms of the other strategies, you got super lucky. Not only did you pick one high card, you picked two high cards, both allowing you to pick the events and the seeding. How do you feel about the seeding?
Very good. I feel good about the seeding. I'm going later in the divisions, which is definitely an advantage. So see how it plays out for sure.
Sounds good. And I mean, with all these different events, Tom, I know that you train in a lot of different skill sets to be diverse. So I think that that's really going to help you here today. I know you have an awesome instructor that really pushes you hard. So best of luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we're here today at the Black Belt Challenge. We're back, actually. Master Grogan was talking a little earlier. We're back here today at the Hall of Fame with the USBA WBA Lightweight Black Belt Challenge. We're only doing lightweights today. And we have the first division is upper body, double deep, power wood hands. So these are all 1-inch boards. They have to stack them double deep, and it has to hit with their arm. So our first competitor up is Master Fields from Canada, and he's attempting 12 boards. So whenever you're ready, sir.
Come on, sir. Come on, sir. Rip it up. You can do this, sir.
Let's do it, sir.
Real big.
All you. It's hard.
Come on, sir. Crank it up. Crank it hard. You can do it. Come on.
We got 10 of 12. 10 of 12 broken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 18 boards. 18 boards. Nicklaus Palmer will be attempting 18 boards.
Go, Nick.
We have 14 of 18 for Nicklaus Palmer. 14 of 18. Big break. Our next competitor is James Spadola, all the way from Florida. What do you need? You need to put up 2 more? All right, so to be in line or to be competitive with Palmer's 14, he is going to set up 2 more. He has to set up 1 more per each stack. That'll put him at 14, and he'll have to break all of them clean to take the lead from Nicklaus Palmer.
Down the other end.
Oh, yeah? I think he's pretty close, but I don't think he broke them all. We have 9 of 14 for James Spadola. So far, the number to beat is still 14 by Nicklaus Palmer. We're going to move over to
Mike Thomas. Mike Thomas has 14 boards set up. This would put him in the lead if he breaks them all clean. 14 boards.
It's loud in here. It's good, but just. I got it, guys.
I'll be right there, Evan. Don't worry about Evan. We'll get him.
You got this.
Thirteen of 14 for Mike Thomas. 13 of 14.
Thank you, sir. I'm in.
Still the number to beat. 14, Nicklaus Palmer. Now we move to Tom Collins. Tom Collins has 14 set up, so if he breaks this clean, he will, as the last competitor, win the division.
Woo!
14 of 14.
Dang.
All right, so we just had is the upper body division for the lightweight black belt challenge at the Hall of Fame. Breaking championships here in Wallingford, Connecticut. So we just had the 5 competitors go off. The first competitor was Jonathan Field. He broke 10 of 12. Second up was Nicklaus Palmer, and he set the bar at 14 of 18. Next we had James Spadola, and he did 9 of 14. Followed by Mike Thomas with 13 of 14. And the winner of the division, Tom Collins, with 14 of 14. We're going to be moving on to the second division, which is a special combo division. Concrete stomp into double power wood hand. All right, so we are moving on now to the second division for the lightweight black belt challenge at the Hall of Fame Breaking Championships here in Wallingford, Connecticut. And it is a concrete stomp into a double power wood hand. So they have to do a concrete stomp and immediately jump into the double power wood hand. Our first competitor, Nicklaus Palmer. Let's see, and it's total number of materials. It doesn't matter if it's concrete and wood. It's going to be the total he breaks for both of these stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Nicklaus Palmer has 8 blocks and a total of 16 boards for his double power wood hand. That's going to put him in a total of 24 pieces of material attempted. So let's see how he does. All right, Nicklaus Palmer has 23 of 24 pieces of material. So that was awesome. We're going to move on now to Jonathan Field is up next. Jonathan Field. Moving on to Jonathan Field, our next competitor for the special combo break. So Jonathan Fields looking at his options. He needs 23 clean to actually beat Nicklaus Palmer's 23 of 24.
I'll just do that.
All right, so Jonathan Field just upped his stack so he could try to beat Nicklaus Palmer. He has 9 blocks and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 14 boards. So that puts him at 23 total pieces of material. All right, let's see how he did. All right, Mr. Fields got 12 of 23. 12 of 23. All right, our next competitor is James Spadola. Let's take a walk over to James. So the number to beat for James is going to be still 23. What does he have here? So James Spadola has 28 pieces of material. He has 8 blocks and 20 boards, and he has to break 23. He'll have to break 24 of those to actually catch the lead. So James Spadola.
Come on, James, go get it. Yeah, good hit. Good hit.
All right, so James broke 23 of 28. That puts him in second place right now because Nicklaus had 23 of 24, and percentage-wise, Nicklaus had a better percentage of his total materials. Now we're going to move on to Tom Collins. All right, so next up is Tom Collins. Tom Collins is attempting 23. He has 10 blocks and 13 boards set up. Good luck. All right, Tom Collins did 17 of 23. 17 of 23. Moving on, we're going to move to Mike Thomas, our last competitor for the second division of the Lightweight Black Belt Challenge. Next up we have Mike Thomas. Mike Thomas needs 23 of 23 to secure a first place win in this division to beat Nicklaus Palmer with his 23 of 24. Also, because the Black Belt Challenge goes by points, he has a chance by winning this division to win the overall with a first and third place win. So let's see what he has set up here. All right, so Mike Thomas has 23 pieces of material. He has 7 blocks and 16 boards. Let's see what he does. So Mike Thomas just went. Mike Thomas broke 19 of the 23 pieces of material he had set up. He broke 7 of the blocks and 12 of the boards. So we're going to tally this up and see what we have for a winner. All right, we just completed the Lightweight Black Belt Challenge here at the Hall of Fame in Wallingford, Connecticut. How do you guys feel?
Great.
Yeah? Was it intense or what? A little bit different, right? Divisions, maybe some of them you never did before. A little challenge, yes? All right, so we're going to go over the results here. So with the Black Belt Challenge, for each division, you win by materials broken, but you get points for each of those divisions. So in the first break, which was Power Wood Arm Double Deep, we had a first place win for Collins. You got 22 points. Second place win by Nicklaus Palmer. He got 15 points. And Mike Thomas with a third place win got 9 points. Going into the second division, it was a special combo division, concrete stomp into double power wood hand. Some amazing flying, by the way, from you guys. So we had first place win by Nicklaus Palmer with 23 of 24. That gave him 22 more points, putting his total at 37. Our second place winner was James Spadola with 23 of 28. He got 15 points for that win. And our third place was Mike Thomas with 19 of 23, and that gave him 9 points. So our total points for fourth place was 15 with James Spadola with 15 points. Our third place with 18 points was Mike Thomas. Our second place was Thomas Collins with 22 points. And our new Black Belt Challenge champion for the lightweight division at the Hall of Fame, and now a seed for the Pro Series, Nicklaus Palmer. Congratulations, Nicklaus. Look forward to seeing you at the Pro Series next year. All right, I'm here today. We just finished up the Lightweight Black Belt Challenge here at the Hall of Fame in Wallingford, Connecticut, and we have our new champion, Black Belt Challenge champion, also the seed for the Pro Series, Lightweight Pro Series, starting next year, and that is Nicklaus Palmer from Indiana. Congratulations, Nicklaus. So how do you feel?
Pumped up. It was a lot of fun. I did some things I've never done before. It was, just like I said, it was a ton of fun, and I'm really ready to go over to the power breaking and do some big breaks there now. So looking forward to the tournament next year, and yeah, I'm definitely doing this again.
So Nicklaus just finished the Black Belt Challenge, but he's also going to be doing some other breaking as well on the other side. So it was a challenge for you, some different events, right? What are your strong points? Like, what are your strongest divisions, I guess you could say?
So I'd say definitely my strongest division is my power wood elbow. My elbow is definitely the strongest part of all my breaking.
You have a record in that, right?
Yeah, I actually hold, I'm tied for the record in lightweight, 17. I believe I set it first, and then somebody came and tied it about a month later. And then in the Ontario Open, not too long ago, I set 20 for the heavyweight record.
20, that's a huge number, huge number. That's going to be tough to beat. Well, great job. You did a great job. You got a new belt. I don't know if you guys can see that, Black Belt Challenge belt. Congratulations, bringing it back home to Indiana, and we look forward to seeing the rest of your day and also next year at the Pro Series.
Sounds good. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, thank you. All right, I'm here with Mike Thomas. He was one of our lightweight competitors today. Mike, you did a great job.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
You were right on the verge, that last division, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's always close in this event.
Great advice. I saw Ken giving you some advice. I mean, that was good advice. He was thinking it through. There is some strategy when it comes to the Black Belt Challenge because people get points. It's not just first place wins, they also get points. So you can actually win with a first and a third place win because your point total will be better than a second and a second. So a little bit of strategy there. How'd you feel about the divisions?
I like the events this time. This year has been a lot about growth for me. Just trying new things, making it to the US Open the first time this year. So just kind of keeping the ball rolling for next year.
I tell you what, you've been really doing awesome as far as competition-wise. Today, that was an awesome display in the Black Belt Challenge. So congratulations. Even though you didn't win, you're really pushing the limits and you're really growing in the sport.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
All right.
Pleasure being here.
You got some more divisions that you're doing today?
Yes, sir. Concrete hand and elbow and wood hand and elbow.
Good. I look forward to seeing you competing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Another one of our lightweight competitors all the way from Florida, James Spadola, a regular competitor on the USBA, WBA circuit. James, how'd you feel today?
Great. I love competing with the best in the world.
You did an awesome job. Were you surprised by the divisions? Were challenges? What do you got?
The first division was a little surprising, but the second division was really fun.
You did an awesome job. Another one that flew through the air on the stomp double power wood hand. Awesome job. You didn't come in first, but I tell you what, your display, competitive-wise, was awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and I'll be back here for next year.
You think you'll be doing another Black Belt Challenge, maybe?
Absolutely.
Now, are you doing other divisions today as well?
Power hand and power side kick.
All right. We look forward to seeing you compete. As always, excellent job, and we look forward to seeing you again at the Black Belt Challenge. I'm here today with another one of our Black Belt Challenge lightweight competitors from the Hall of Fame here in Wallingford, and that's Tom Collins. Tom, how'd you feel today?
Felt very good, sir.
You did an awesome job. I mean, you didn't win, but you did an awesome. It was a great competitive display. Any surprises when you actually did the divisions?
Yeah, the double power hand from the stomp was definitely harder than I thought it was going to be.
It's a little bit challenging, right? Even though you think you're going to jump into it and you get all your weight behind it, it's a little hard.
Yeah, it was definitely weird going from one to the next. It felt disjointed at the time I was doing it, but I felt like I did all right.
So do you think you'll do another Black Belt Challenge? Or?
No, I think that was the last one this year.
Really? All right. Well, you never know. You might change your mind. I think you're in the running there. I mean, you're right there all the time. One of these times you got to get it. You compete in other events today?
No, I just came for the black belt challenge, sir.
Excellent display. You didn't come in first, but excellent display of competitive spirit, and just keep up the good work. You're a joy to watch, competing-wise.
Thank you, sir.
I'm here today with another one of our lightweight black belt challenge competitors, and that's Master Jonathan Fields. He's from Canada. Master Fields, what'd you think?
It was pretty good. It was challenging. It's different.
Have you done those breaks before that we did today for the black belt challenge?
None of them, no, sir.
So it was all new to you?
Pretty much, yes, sir. Yep.
How did you feel when you were you nervous, or you're pretty confident because you've done other breaks?
I was pretty confident. I'm a pretty good creative breaker, so this is kind of along the creative breaking. I was happy with it, but I'm not satisfied.
Well, you did an awesome job. I mean, you didn't come in first, but you did an awesome job. You looked really good when you were competing in the breaking. So, just wasn't your day for some of them. So
sometimes it's not your day. Come back next time. Yep.
So you think you do the black belt challenge again?
Oh, for sure. I'm coming back.
Awesome. We look forward to it. So you got other divisions you're competing in today?
No, sir. I'm just gonna coach my other students.
Well, thank you for joining us here in the Hall of Fame, and thank you for being part of the Black Belt Challenge, and hopefully we'll see you again in the Black Belt Challenge.
Thank you, sir. Yep.